Welcome, welcome, welcome. It's showtime. We're all ready to go here. We have our guest coming on. Our guest, as you know, is James Thornton. He's a substantial portion of this meeting, video conference, if you will. So really want to make sure we get right to it. But I'm going to play this real short video, and then we will get introduced to James. James, are you there?
I am.
What are you doing?
I just wanted to show my mask off that I wear outside.
You're Batman.
Yeah.
Who got that for you?
Huh?
Who got that for you?
I don't remember, but you know that's not saying anything because my memory is not there anyway. But it's nice. I love it. You know?
Nice.
Yeah.
It is nice.
So that's, you know, I was like, I'm going to share it with you and the guests how I live each day.
Like Batman?
Like Batman each day. Yeah.
Good.
So how are you today?
I'm good. It's just it's been a long week, so I'm ready to wind down a little bit.
Well, you do that, but we got work to do.
Right.
All day long, every day.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah, man. That's all. That is it. So tell me what's going on.
Well, we're starting a brand new show. It's called The Stroke of Genius.
Yeah.
It's got my really good friend James Thornton on it.
Well, we will try to help people help themselves.
Yep. That's what it's all about.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, you're going to say something?
No. This is your show, so you tell me and I will do my part.
No, the stroke of genius. You're the genius.
Well, I know this, that we're all searching for something.
Yep.
In life.
Mm-hmm.
And I call it, what do you thirst for? Because it's a choice that we have to make. And some people it's work. Some people it's how they're feeling today. And for others, it's an anxiety, you know?
Yeah.
And so, like yesterday, I had to get my heart checked. And while doing it, I had the chance to talk to my nurse, and guess what?
What?
She was struggling with anxiety.
Oh no.
Because she had to wear a face shield, and that made her nervous. And so the alternative was goggles, and she was like, I can't do that. Right? And I'm like, I know what that feels like. And so do you, Brian.
Yeah.
Where we are struggling with something, but it always boils down to what makes us thirsty.
Yeah.
What makes us thirsty is an individual choice, but it's not as it seems. Because I can remember what made me thirsty was work and money.
Yeah. I'm with you there.
And there was never enough of both.
Yeah.
I loved my job. Not as much as this one.
Yeah.
Writing and mentoring, but I loved my jobs. I only had 4 in my life.
Tell us about your jobs. What were they?
Well, let me try to remember. Working for the NFL, and then USA Track and Field, and then UBS.
Yeah. UBS Payne Weber?
No, the national. Well, yeah, because they tell me we bought Payne Weber, but I work for the bank in Switzerland.
Okay.
And then for Matt Hamilton.
Oh yeah. Good old Matt. What a good guy.
But you know, all those things made me the man I am today, because in my search for what made me thirsty, I had to put up with people, places, and things.
Yeah.
Not in that order. But in time, what I have learned, was those things make me the man I am today.
Yeah.
But they never defined who I am. But I let the money at times make me, instead of making the money.
Right.
and using it as a tool. And there was never enough work to do. In my book, I used to multitask all the time. And now I can't. I can't. I do, I do one thing at a time.
That's the way it should be.
And it takes all I have, right? But I know this, that whatever it is we're thirsty for is not a question, but a statement. And that's what people should know.
So that's really the whole idea of this show, is to help people with what they're thirsty for. But it's also, we're also talking to the different folks that are listening in terms of helping them with if they're having a tough time, or if they're dealing with sudden onset of blindness, or they're having trouble with whatever part of their life. It doesn't matter. Any kind of struggles. I used to talk about how there'd be relationship struggles, or emotional struggles, or financial struggles, or it didn't matter. It didn't matter what it was. I mean, health issues. I wanted to be able to help other people, and this is a great opportunity to do that. I mean, you being so gracious and coming on, to talk specifically to stroke survivors, but then we can talk to survivors of anything, and it would be appropriate. So that's really important for us to just have that conversation with people.
Yep, because you've been through a lot.
Yeah.
And I have too. But we had a choice when given the opportunity to fight like hell or give up.
Yeah. And unfortunately, a lot of people do give up. And, if we can help them to not give up, help them to understand that, there is a reason for living, and you have something that you need to share with other people. So that's one of the reasons why you're on here today, is to share with other people, to bring them up, lift them up. Like you said earlier, we're not going to take their problems away, but we're going to lift their problems. We'll share it.
Right. Because, whatever we're struggling with is there. It's real. Right?
Yeah.
And we aren't all a collective when it comes to those issues. As an individual issue in life.
Mm-hmm.
But you're right. I and others can't help you by solving your problem. But I can share the burden.
Yeah.
And I can help you figure out what's the next step.
Right.
Right?
That's where that mentorship comes in that you're so good at. And then the struggle they're going through will end up being the reason for them to of their success. I mean, because we don't learn anything when we're not struggling. Right?
Right. Think about it. When do I, myself, in my previous life, ever called on anyone when I was successful.
Right.
Because it was me. It was I. It was everything but I in actuality.
Yeah.
It took a partnership just like you and I.
Mm-hmm.
It takes this that you and I are doing now to address things. Because alone, we're just that, alone.
Yeah.
You know? And through that partnership now, we can share our struggles with each other. And then, like we call it down south, we're cooking with grease. Because now I'm not alone anymore. And I tried it being alone.
Yeah.
You know, and I thought I was doing a great job at it.
Because you were the only one inspecting it.
Right. Right.
Uh-huh.
But what I've found out is now in my life, I depend on others each day.
Yeah.
And I'm always like, okay, what can I help them do? They're helping me. And it always boils down to this. I slow them down. Because for no other reason than I want to encourage them and challenge their thinking, but more importantly, offer. You hear that word, offer?
Mm-hmm.
Offer earnest advice. But they're all done in the most loving and humble way possible. Because you and I, we were there. We're there now.
Yeah.
We know what they've been through, right?
Mm-hmm.
And with that, what we're actually trying to do is just let them see that they aren't alone anymore.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I mean that's huge for people to know that they're not alone. I mean, I think back to when I had brain surgery 9 years ago. When I was blind, I couldn't see anything. It would have meant the world to me to know that somebody else had gone through something similar. Had experienced something like that, and they were able to come out of it and doing well. You know. So I think this show will be that for a lot of people. I mean, not just the people that are disabled, but the people that are caregivers. Having this conversation is perfect.
Mm-hmm. Well, I always tell people they can see my disability. And in some ways, maybe they see yours because we're visual people, right?
Mm-hmm.
But how many will focus on what's disabling them? Because we all have something wrong.
Yeah.
You know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, so I work at the school for the blind, and I mean, the kids there, they're not all totally blind, but the ones that are totally blind, they don't know squat about me. You know, I look like everybody else to them.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
because they're seeing with the third eye. You know?
Yeah.
I mean, so, they just get on with it. You know, I mean, at the end of the day, you know, it's kind of like you get on with living or you get on with dying. I think the saying was, you know what I mean? I mean, you just got to get on with life.
Right.
Because it's never going to be easy. I mean, you know, that's in fairy tales. But what will happen is as you're searching for whatever it is that makes you thirsty in life, doing it with a partner or partners will make it both fun as you learn, because you'll learn something.
Mm-hmm.
But more importantly, you will learn in your failures. Because that point, a lot of people don't realize. They think, I fail. What can possibly come out of that? Well, guess what? Again, they got the wrong end of the stick. Because that's when you learn about yourself, about others, about the situation you're in, you know?
Yeah. Go ahead.
No.
Well, my dad always used to say, you know, if you show me somebody that's never failed, and I show you somebody that's never done anything, you know, talking about my dad is one of my favorite things to do. So, you know, anytime I can work in a quote from him, he was always big on quotes. He was always big on stories. So if I could work in anything from him, he died about 5 years ago, but anything like that is always good.
Yeah, because guess what? He lives through you now.
Yeah.
You know, whatever we've lost in life, they actually still live through us. And we can celebrate that fact. I just lost one of my best friends. He came to my wedding and he died a week later.
Oh.
And guess what, man? I told people this. Mourn, because that's an individual aspect. But at some point, we have to celebrate his life.
Right.
Because that is what he would want. Because I know where he is. He's in heaven. And he's never left me and he's never left them. Right?
Yeah.
But it's amazing again, how people can't celebrate because they make it about their loss.
Yeah.
And I'm like, man, I don't know anybody that dies and comes back without a miracle happening.
Just
And
you?
so, you know, so don't always make it about you,
Yeah.
but make it about the life
Right.
that has been lived.
Right.
You know?
I agree.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I agree 100%. So what I'd like to do at this point, we got about 5 minutes left. What I'd like to do is I'd like to take a pause, and we'll play the video again here. We'll come back and we'll answer some questions if there are some people that have questions. So if you have questions, by all means, start typing them into the comment section. But if there are no questions, we'll just talk for another few minutes, and we'll hang up. Sound good? All right.
Yes.
You're the best. Thanks, man. There he is. So that was our show. Thank you for joining.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks for being on. Anybody that's out there watching, I see we've got some comments that have come in. Let's see. Yeah. So Bill says don't focus on the loss, but on the gain. We're all selfish by default. And Wes says, as long as you still have your beloved oxygen habit, you're still in for a fight. That's a good habit to have.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. And I will leave you with this, man. I know that people have there are a lot of things going on in life these days, but I will tell you this: when you wear this outside, you're helping me, because I don't go outside except for in the morning, because I can't. So know that I welcome and I love you for this, for no other reason than I can. I can love you because you all are each other's neighbor, and you're mine. And so I love you as much as myself. So wear your mask and keep me and yourself safe.
That's a good note to close on. I love it. Nice job, James. What are we going to talk about next week?
I don't know. We'll pray on it like we did for this one.
All right.
And just, or if people got things they want to ask, just let them talk to you and tell you, and we'll get on the topic.
Sounds like a good idea. Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Okay.
You're the best.
I love you.
I love you.
Take care.
All right. Sounds good. See ya.
Bye-bye.
Bye.